My name is Maggie Mizek, and I'm going to be doing an informative on methamphetamine. So methamphetamine is known as meth, blue, ice, speed, and crystal. It is a very highly addictive and a very powerful stimulant. It is described to look like glass fragments. It affects the central nervous system, and it was developed in the 20th century by its parent drug, amphetamine. Methamphetamine was originally used in nasal decongestants and bronchial inhalers. It is classified as a Schedule II stimulant, meaning it is legally available only through a non-refillable prescription. It is medically used for treatments of ADHD and weight loss, but these uses are very limited and rarely prescribed. According to the 2017 National Survey on Drug Use and Health, approximately 1.6 million people reported using meth in that past year. The average age of new meth users in 2016 was 23 years old. So how does meth affect the central nervous system? It affects the brain. Three major parts of the brain that it affects is the prefrontal cortex, the striatum, and the nucleus accumbens. Meth causes the release of the neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin, and it blocks their uptake. The result of this is a sense of euphoria. Meth use that is continued reduces the levels of dopamine in the brain, and it increases the drug used to obtain the same sensations. For example, symptoms like Parkinson's become more noticeable. So what is dopamine? Dopamine is the primary neurotransmitter. It causes the enhanced feelings of pleasure and mood that go along with meth abuse. Meth is metabolized slowly, and this causes the high to be longer, and the potential for damage is greater than other drugs. For example, cocaine takes up to an hour to metabolize, while meth takes up to 12 hours. So there are 7 stages of meth. The first stage is the rush, and this is the response the abuser feels when smoking or injecting the drug. The second stage is the high, and the rush is followed by the high. During this stage, the abuser feels aggressively smarter and wants to argue with everyone because he thinks he knows everything. The third stage is the binge, uncontrolled use of the drug. This refers to the abuser's urge to maintain the high by smoking or injecting more meth. The fourth stage is tweaking, and this occurs when the drug is no longer providing a rush or a high. The fifth stage is the crash, and this happens when the body shuts down because it can't take anymore. So this results in a long period of sleep and can last 1 to 3 days. The sixth stage is the meth hangover. After the crash, the abuser returns starved, dehydrated, and exhausted. And the last stage is the withdrawal, where the abuser becomes depressed, loses his energy and the ability to experience pleasure, so he goes for more meth. Ways meth can be used. It can be smoked, injected, snorted, or orally ingested. Smoking or injecting meth, the drug enters the bloodstream and brain very quickly, and this causes the immediate and intense rush. The rush is known to only last a few minutes, but is described to be extremely pleasurable. You can also snort or oral, and that produces a high but not a rush. Snorting produces effects within 3 to 5 minutes, and while oral produces effects 15 to 20 minutes. So short-term effects include increased attention and decreased fatigue, increased wakefulness, decreased appetite, euphoria and rush, increased respiration, rapid and irregular heartbeat, and hypothermia. Long-term effects include addiction, psychosis, which includes paranoia, hallucinations, and repetitive motor activity, changes in brain structure and the function, deficits in thinking and motor skills. They become distracted more easily, memory loss, aggressive or violent behavior, severe dental problems, weight loss, intense itching, and mood disturbances. So meth is very addictive, and once they take it, they just go back for more. And here is all my works cited.